Hello, this is Svetlana Shapitsina, and today we will work with React application styles. In my video description on YouTube you will find a link to our GitHub repository. Here how it looks on Heroku. And we use styles approach for our application from initial boilerplate, its quiz wall. And you can find explicit description of application styles functionality in Viktor Tursky article. And I will find it like this, isomorphic styles. And let's close it. So how this functionality works? Almost each component of our application has a LS file included, and we keep it in the same folder. Also, to keep modular approach for our React components, we will use methodology for naming our classes with Vim. Here it is. It means that in our application we will use only classes for our component, and each class name will be preceded with name of component, and it's easy to find with Alt-B where it was created, and with Ctrl-Alt-U where it is used. Also, each LS file we require inside our component JavaScript file conditionally on client. To handle LS and CSS type of files we use Webpack. With Alt-B I come here, whereas this browser defined using Webpack define plugin. And if we come to browser and click Ctrl-Alt-U, you can see all components where this browser is used for requiring on client our LS file. Finally, all our LS files will be merged in one CSS file with extract text plugin. To create this functionality we need to use LS loader, PostCSS, CSS and style loader from Webpack, and you will find all documentation here. It's for LS loader, PostCSS, also Webpack CSS loader and style load. When we open our application and click Ctrl-U to see page source, we can find our main CSS here on build. And also you can see that it's open on localhost, and this functionality is defined on client config. Here it is. This static URL is used on development functionality. You can find it here on server.js. And when I come to page source and click on it, I can find all my styles here. It's on virtual build, and on production Ctrl-U, main CSS, it is here. To create this file for production, we need to open terminal and run nrb. And here it is, main CSS. I open and click Alt-F, and it will be formatted. So it's in public static build, and I prefer to delete it for now. Also, to have possibility to use class names conditionally, we use utility class names, and I can find it like this. For example, here on tab bar. And this application design is built using different user interface libraries. For example, welcome dialog is created from First of all, it used another component, dialog, and to create dialog we use React model, and with Alt B, here it is in Node modules, and you can find this functionality here on GitHub. And this created dialog we can use not only for welcome but for share and login dialogues. And that components that we use not just in one place, we put inside common folder inside components. So it's dialog, icon, different type of icons, and component for SVG. Also here is used a React component wrapper for Material Design Lite. You can find it here on GitHub. And from here we can come to Material Design Lite and getting started. With Material Design Lite functionality we can easily manage color scheme of our application. In Material Design approach, color scheme is based on two main colors. It's primary and accent. And in this case, accent is pink and primary is blue. But when we open our page on Heroku, you can see here different colors. And we have for accent weird color blue-gray. And if we open our server file, where we add Material Design Lite styles, we can find here blue, gray, pink color scheme, and this scheme for button doesn't work just because we defined, let's find it here, we defined accent property. If I remove, what we will get? Just plain button. To make it blue-gray, I need to add property primary, because on our server file on styles we define first parameter for primary and second for accent. And let's reload our page. Here it is. In this case, primary blue-gray and accent is blue. And you have possibility to manage it easily with such a tool, Customize and Preview tool. You just need to pick two colors, for example, first indigo and second pink, or like this. You can see how it's been changed. You can pick any colors, just for example, and I will choose classic scheme from Material Design. It's indigo and pink. And all I need to do just to copy this file that is created for me. Like this. And let's try to put it here. And I remove previous. Now I have indigo pink scheme, and I reload page, and now it's supposed to be primary indigo and accent pink, but I have blue. Why it doesn't work? Let's see what we have on our buttons. On our buttons we have just property raised, no accent or primary. And it's in blue because I added my custom style button primary. If I remove it from the second page and reload, now it will not work correctly because I need to set it explicitly, accent. And now we have correct color scheme on two pages, and it will be more logically for first page to set first button accent and second primary. Now it looks fine. And beside this tool you can find a list of all possible combinations of colors here. You will find it in my video description on YouTube. So with Material Design Lite we have possibility to create a color scheme for our application, manage it easily, and still we can change even our main colors with custom classes. So let's take a look on our custom classes. On our first page I remove accent and add my button primary. Reload browser and I will get blue now. But it's not from Material Design Lite, it's my custom class. And in order to find it, I click Alt-B. Here it is. So what I did, I have created a separate file for buttons and added all possible classes that I would like to use in my application. And you can see that for colors I use special properties, and these properties come from Paletless. It's functionality from an initial boilerplate that we use for creating our application. All these properties that we add here for colors come from Palette, and with Alt-B I can open it. Here they are. And this file depends on colors less. And here defined all colors from Material Design. So we can easily use it in our application and manage color scheme separately from Material Design Lite if you really need it. For example, I can add, instead of button primary, button success, and it will appear in green. And the same principle we use for managing colors for our SVG icons. And in this case we use component React Inline SVG. You will find all documentation here. It's really amazing. All we need to do to import ISVG from React Inline SVG, and we add our icon on src and wrap inside it with custom class. And inside typography less, inside assets, I have added separate classes for managing colors on our SVG icons. It has similar principle: color primary one color. Don't forget to add palette. And if I change it to SVG accent, you can see how easy it is to manage it. And let's change to button accent, save, reload. And in the same way I can manage colors of text. For example, for welcome slider I will add a class name, control space, color brown up. On typography less, I have created all possible colors. And it's brown. Also you will find a file mixins inside assets. And we have only one mixin. It is used for long text strings, Ctrl-Alt-U, and you will find all places where it is used. On article card and on app bar for creating class for app bar title. And on this class app bar title, you can see that we have functionality for media, and with Alt B we come to media-less file. Here we define functionality for responsive design for all possible devices, and in order to see it, I will just squeeze browser. And also from initial boilerplate we have functionality for grid system with cells. It's from Material Design Lite. You can find it on article page in components. Here is grid and cell from Material Design Lite, and in this case we don't need to mention such a long way, only like this. So that's all about styles in this application, and for those who never used Less before, I would recommend to read this article. And also all useful links, as always, you can find in my video description on YouTube. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.